What if I told you that you can make $1,000 every single month on the side by simply reselling simple everyday items? Want to know how? Let's jump in. So you want to make some extra money reselling stuff online, but you might not be sure where, how, and what to actually sell. And we're gonna talk about all of that here in a second, and I'm gonna give you a lot of good examples throughout the course of this video. But first I wanna talk about the inspiration from this video and where it comes from. Now, this video is inspired from Gary Vee's new series, Trash Talk. And if you're unfamiliar with what Trash Talk actually is, it's basically Gary Vee going around demonstrating the ROI, the ridiculous ROI that you can make by simply sourcing resale products from garage sales and all over the place and reselling them and relisting them back online. It is literally so easy to do, and there's so much profit to be made if you're willing to put in the work. And I love the message that he's basically sending aspiring entrepreneurs, which is you can make money if you're willing to cut the excuses and spend the sweat equity. So today I wanted to take it a step further and actually show you a few more great examples of things that you can resell online for a great profit. And this concept is super simple to implement, but most people won't take the action. Why? Well, two reasons primarily. Either A, they believe that everyone is already doing this, especially with all the hype that Trash Talk is getting, which I assure you they're not, because trust me guys, 99.9% of the people that watch this or watch a video like Trash Talk are gonna sit there and think to themselves, wow, what a great idea to make money. I could certainly do that. But then they're not going to do anything about it because it's out of their comfort zone. Or B, because they're kind of scared to go out in the world and try it. They might not want to be seen scanning items to check the price. Or maybe they're afraid of what people they know might think of them. The good news is you can be one of the 0.01% that does take the action and therefore reaps the cash and the benefits. How do I know this scares other people? Well, I hear it all the time on a daily basis from other aspiring entrepreneurs that I might be coaching. And to be perfectly honest, I have the same thoughts and insecurities as well. But the difference is I push through them and I don't let them paralyze me to not take any action. That's what I suggest that you do. So I'm not saying that you have to do this full time or even at all if you don't want to. I just wanted to demonstrate, not talk about it, but actually demonstrate. This is what I did and these are the results. And more importantly, you can too. So if you need an extra $1,000 a month, just think of this as another tool in your money-making arsenal. All right, so where can you actually go to get a ridiculous ROI on the items that you're buying, and where can you resell them? What items should you look for? And how are you gonna ensure that they're profitable? All great questions. First and foremost, I actually recommend two apps, and those are the Amazon Seller app and the eBay Seller app. Both are 100% free. Sure, you can download other fancy apps too, like Scoutify or Scoutly, or even buy your own scanner. But those are not necessary. All you need are the free Amazon and eBay app to get started. So, then what items should you look for? I'm gonna give you some examples here in a second of items that I bought and picked specifically for this reselling process, where I got them, and how I ensured that they were profitable and I was gonna get a decent ROI. And of course, how much I actually expect from buying and reselling these specific items. All right guys, so here you'll see a bunch of pictures flashing on the screen of a book haul that I grabbed from a flea market this past weekend. Now you can grab books all over the place in multiple different locations, and I recommend books because there's a great return on your investment. They're really small. There's great return on your investment if you find the right ones. They're really small, they're easy to ship, and a lot of them sell really high and for really high ROIs on Amazon. The key is finding the right books and paying the right price. If you can pay a small enough price, obviously your ROI is going to be, higher. So specifically here, you'll see all these books. I grabbed all these books off somebody in a box for $5 at a flea market this past weekend. So typically I recommend that you're scanning the books ahead of time. Now you can grab books at a flea market, you can grab books at a library. you know, when they have those sales where they're trying to get rid of their books. You can also grab books, you know, at you know, Goodwills or Salvation Army stores or anything like that. There's all over the place you can find books, and you know, I just elected to buy them at a flea market because I saw an opportunity there, and I saw it as a good opportunity to show you guys that, you know, I can make a return on my investment. So I haven't scanned any of these yet. I don't recommend that you go this route. I don't recommend that you buy them ahead of time without knowing what they're worth. I just did because I thought it was a good opportunity to show you guys what these could actually be worth. So we're gonna find out together here. I'm gonna start scanning them on my Amazon app here in a second. And the key here to remember is that you're gonna wanna scan these ahead of time and then obviously see what they're worth before you buy them. So if you scan a book and it goes for 20 bucks online, but you're gonna spend 15 bucks to get it, well, probably not worth it necessarily in my opinion. But if you scan a book and it's worth 20 and you can buy it for $1, then that's good return on your investment, because after some Amazon fees and slight things, you could probably make a good 15 bucks, maybe 10 bucks minimum on that potential book. So, like I said, this is side money. This is easy side money. Anybody can do this if you're willing to put the sweat equity in, roll your sleeves up, and get to work. So, let's jump into the phone and actually demonstrate what it is that these are actually worth. Now, like I said, I bought these for $5 at flea market. You can go ahead and scan them ahead of time, like I'm gonna show you here in a second, before you actually buy them. But let's see, I bought all these books for $5. Let's start scanning and see what they're worth. So you can scan the barcode. If you go to the Amazon app, you can start scanning things on the top right corner, and like you see here, and you can scan the barcode. This looks like Soul Shift. Oops, scanned the wrong book. Looks like it scanned the Tolkien one in the beginning here. Another thing to keep in mind is this up top, you'll see the sales rank on the bottom of the products. The higher the sales rank, typically speaking, obviously the lower and slower it's going to take for that book to sell, or anything to sell. I'm gonna give you some other examples here in a second, so stick with me. Other places you can source other items that aren't books that you can sell and resell online to make money. So it looks like this Tolkien book already sells for, if you look at the top one here, $6.77 roughly online. Now, if I assume that I dropped that like 10 cents to get the buy box, or not the buy box, but to get, you know, basically get it exposure so I can sell it, then I'm still making my money back pretty much just on this one book on the first one that we scanned. Let's scan a couple more and see what we're working with here. Now you can scan the barcode, like I said right here. This one's worth $4, so that's cool. Now we're up to like $9 profit. Or you can simply scan the front of the book. It's cool little thing about this is you can scan the front of the book and Amazon's app will pick up on it. So same. It looks like this one's a slow moving ass at 11 million. It's the same exact book that I just scanned. $7.79. It's important to keep in mind that you'll notice that there's multiple listings sometimes with books. So sometimes if I wanted to sell it faster, you see this second one right here has a rank of 900,002, but it sells for a little bit less. So it depends on if you want to move it faster, if you want to wait on it and get a, you know, $2, $3 more. It's up to you. Let's scan a few more and I'll show you a couple good examples. So Bride of the Far Side. I don't know what this book is, never heard of it. This one doesn't look like a great one, doesn't even look like it's really worth my time. 25 cents, $2.95 here and there. You know, the $2.95 is obviously the lower sales rank, which is to be expected. If you sell it for 25 cents, it should move relatively fast because books are, you know, obviously Amazon sells a lot of books. Let's see if we can find a good one here. Let's try this magazine that I found, Tekken 3. Tekken 3 sells for, looks like some of them are 10, some of them are $4.98, and typically speaking, we can sell for $3 to $3.24. Let's try this one, PH Miracle. That one looks like it sells new and used, because you're looking at the bottom, the new and used right there at the top, right? You're not gonna look at the buy box price because that's new. So it looks like also the bottom one at $9.58 right here, sells for $1.99. So not necessarily the best book in the world. Let's try to find more. Philip Pullman. This one's $2.30. So we're not finding any good books. And typically speaking, this is what will happen. You're gonna have to scan, you know, maybe 50 to 100 bucks before you're gonna find a great one. But I bought all these for $5, so it should be a good ROI. Let's see what else we're working with here. This is 30 cents, $3.99, not the best. gonna find a good one for you guys really, really fast, and then we're gonna jump into some other examples. This one's not terrible. Oh, this one's not terrible at all. So this first one right here, and this is a good example that I wanna show you guys. Now, I'm not a professional online book reseller. I do other online reselling that we're gonna talk about at the end of this video, so stick with me. That's really gonna make you some great money, but this is just another tool in your arsenal. So the first one sells for $686, already made my money back pretty much if I sell this one book, and the sales rank is $1 million. So that should sell relatively quickly in books, you know, maybe a week or two max, and I'll get my money back. However, this bottom one right here, you might think that you can sell it for $28.18 because it says 7 new and used for $28.18. Keep in mind that there's no ASIN, or there's no sales rank there. So that is not a good idea because, and keep in mind when you're scanning these things, because when you're scanning and there's no sales rank, that typically means that it doesn't sell and doesn't sell well. Crisis Investing. $199. Looks like the second one is $857, but like we said before, just like I just talked about, no sales rank. I'm gonna find a good one for you guys really fast here. That's not a good one. Far side. There, that's not a bad one. It's a slow moving ASIN. Oh, so no sales rank. Right here, 99 cents. Try to find another one. The Mind's Eye, 76 cents. World Atlas. 10. Okay, so this is a good example actually. So remember, keep in mind that I bought all these books for $5. This one right here has a sales rank of about 6,676,000, and new and used is going for 1052 if you look all the way at the top of the screen. So we're gonna end these books here, but I went through and scanned all of these. I might be able to find a couple that were worth 10. I might find a gem in there that was worth like 50 to 100 potentially if it's rare, and I might, you know, obviously have a bunch of them that are worth, you know, a couple cents to a couple bucks. But if I bought all these for $5 and I'm willing to put them all, and remember guys, all you have to do is scan them and then add the product to Amazon with the Amazon app. You can do the same thing on eBay, and I'm gonna show you examples with eBay, although if you're selling books, Amazon is the better marketplace. Amazon's the book marketplace, in my opinion. eBay is a good place to sell used items that you find at like flea markets, and we're gonna go, you know, and at like, you know, Goodwills and stuff like that. And we're gonna talk about that here in a second. But it's just important to keep in mind that you know, eBay is a different marketplace. So let's jump over to some of the eBay items. All right, now moving on to some items that I bought at that same exact flea market off a guy literally like 2 feet away. And these are all, you know, collector's items and things that kind of caught my eye. I did a little bit of research ahead of time on the eBay app. Obviously, you can go ahead and scan these if they have barcodes in there, if they're new. I simply bought collector's items and toys that I thought were valuable. You know, I did a little bit of research on the eBay app, like I said. That's why it's important to download both the eBay app and the Amazon app so you can do your research while you're out. Now, keep in mind that these are not new items. I wasn't necessarily going for new items because eBay is, in my opinion, it's a different marketplace. Some things sell better on eBay, some things sell better on Amazon. And specifically here, these are collector's items because I thought they were good examples of, you know, demonstrating products that you could resell for a good ROI on your investment. Now, I bought all these things off this guy for $10. There were, as you can see here, I think there's, what is there, like 6 or 7 items here as you're looking through the pictures, and I did my research all on eBay to make sure that they would sell and I'd get my money back. I thought this was a good example to show you guys of example products that you should go after and target, but the supply is endless. There's no one item or one niche or one specific category of products that sell better on eBay that you should target. There's no one specific item of products that sell better on Amazon that you should target. Do your research. If they're books, scan them, obviously Amazon. If not, do your research on both. So let's jump in. Now, you'll see here, if we look at the speeder, I knew all the specific Star Wars toys that this guy had. I thought that they would sell well because I could sell them on eBay as collector stuff, and Star Wars has a broad market. A lot of people love Star Wars. A lot of people are willing to buy Star Wars toys, and if you call them collectible and you sell them right, you should be able to get rid of them on eBay. So here's an example, like I said, looking for that, I guess it was called the T47 Speeder. It took me a while to find it, but I found it when I got home. And another thing to keep in mind when you're searching for these products on eBay is you don't want to just search for them and assume that you can sell them. You might search for the T47 Speeder, like right here, and look and see that somebody's selling it for 40 or 50 bucks, and someone else is selling it for 100 bucks, and think, oh my god, I hit the jackpot, I hit the mother load, I can sell this for ridiculous ROI. Not so fast. Make sure that you scroll down when you're searching for them, and you click sold items. That will check off sold items and completed items and show you exactly what the market is for that item. So you're not looking at what people are selling it now. Some people can go out and try to sell it for a little bit more, and their item might never sell. So you want to look for sold items and completed items and see what people are paying for these items on eBay. So this sold like 3 days ago on October 30th, 2018 for $23.96. Now that's the same replica, but it has a stand and it comes in a box. So that's not me. $24.50 comes in a box, not me. Comes in a box, $25.72, comes in a box, $25, comes in a box, $17, comes in a box, $4. That's might be a little one, I'm not sure. This one is pre-owned, but oh, it's a Lego one. I don't have a Lego one. So it looks like, you know, speaking here, this looks like a smaller one. Is this oh, it's art. So it looks like here, in my opinion, all the pre-owned ones that come with a box are selling for, you know, low 20s to about 25. So I could probably get rid of this because it doesn't come in a box for maybe 10 to 15 bucks realistically if I sold it as a collectible. 10 to get rid of it fast. So just recouped all my money. Now, yes, you are going to deal with some eBay fees. So I might only make 7 or 8 bucks on that. And depending on if you're offering shipping or not, you know, or free shipping, you're going to have to eat some of that shipping cost too. But you don't have to. Typically, people don't always expect it. But you'll see here, free shipping or free returns, free shipping or free returns, free shipping or free returns. And that, you know, in a nutshell, it's easier to sell on eBay if you offer free shipping and, you know, fast processing and handling. But that's a little bit beyond the scope of this video. If you guys have any questions on eBay, drop them in the comments. I'd love to answer them for you. If you have any questions on reselling or Amazon or anything like this at all, obviously, drop them in the comments down below. I'd love to answer them for you. But I feel like I could offload this for about 10 bucks. Let's move on. Another thing I grabbed was a Game Boy Color, a yellow one, and it came with Pokemon Pinball. I didn't even know that was a thing. I've heard of Pokemon, obviously, because I'm 28 and I grew up playing Pokemon, but I never heard of Pokemon Pinball. So it came with Pokemon Pinball. I didn't even search that, but that might be valuable. So the Game Boy Colors, it looks like this is a pre-owned red one, pre-owned yellow one that comes with the box and the light, you know, pre-owned blue one. So I could probably get rid of this Game Boy Color for 15 to 20 bucks realistically. And remember, I just sold that last thing potentially. I didn't actually sell it. I'm just going through and telling you guys. I might list these on eBay. I might not. I have a pretty decent eBay account, so people would buy with trust, and they should go relatively fast if I decide to list them. But just showing you examples here of the things that I bought and what I could sell them for if I list them and when I list them. So I'd probably offload this for maybe 15 to 20 bucks, that yellow Game Boy Color. Maybe I offer the Pokemon Pinball if it's not worth anything for, you know, as a bundle with a Game Boy, you know, game and the Game Boy for 15, you know, maybe 15 bucks. So now we're at $25 and I only spent 10 to get those 2 items. But there's more. I searched the Pet Rock. Now, I don't know anything about Pet Rocks. I think this is like a 60s, 70s, or 80s thing. Forgive me if I'm, you know, butchering that. I thought it was like a trend back in the day. I know that because I feel like my dad talked about Pet Rock, so I jumped on that Pet Rock as an opportunity. But apparently, you can still buy them and make them yourself. So I have not found that specific Pet Rock. If anybody knows if that's valuable or rare, let me know. I thought it was. I guess that was a dud. So wasted my money on the Pet Rock. No big deal. We're still up 15 bucks. Another thing to keep in mind, I know I said this before, but reiterating because it's smart. When you search for the Pet Rock or any item, go down to completed listings, sold items, completed items, period. That will show you the market for it and what they're actually selling for, not what people are listing them for. Moving on, more Star Wars. R2-D2, he sells, it looks like this one's beat up, but that one sold for $19.95, and that was today. That one sold for $19.95, so I could easily drop that for $19.95. Mine's in better condition. This one looks like it came in the box. It sold on today as well for $10. This is different. It looks like it's similar but different. Looks similar but different. $37.49. This looks similar. And shipping. Wow, I'm surprised that's sold. That's expensive. But that one looks like it's fairly good condition. That one, same thing. And that one kind of looks a little bit like mine. I don't have any of those other things that I bought, but it came with, you know, R2-D2 looking like that kind of. I could probably drop this for maybe 20 bucks, maybe 15. So, you know, and if I really wanted to sell it fast, maybe 10. So let's just hypothetically take the low end and say 10 bucks. So now we're at 35 bucks and I paid $10 to get that.
All right, this other one. I had to do research. I didn't know what this orange droid was called. Obviously, I know R2-D2, who doesn't? But this was apparently R5-D4, and he sells sporadically, kind of like R2-D2. Completed listings, sold listings. Again, let's reiterate that. You know, $11 for this one. That looks pretty similar. 17 for that one. 17.50, 15.61. So I could drop this for another $10 easily. Let's say another $10. Now we're at 45, I believe. Hopefully I'm doing the math right. I don't remember what I added up with. 45. All right, now the Landspeeder thing that I bought. Now mine, the one that I actually bought was a little broken. Didn't have this back piece. It was ripped off, and it didn't have that front piece. So probably can't sell it for $13.75 like this, even though that comes with an action figure too, it looks like. This looks really similar, except mine's a little beat up, and it comes with, that's obviously not, it doesn't come with the R2-D2 or the lunchbox. All right, this is exactly what I have, basically, without that middle back and without the windshield there. So maybe if this one sold on yesterday for 25, maybe I drop mine for $10, maybe $9.50, something like that. Same thing right here, relatively similar there. So I feel like I can get rid of that for like $5 to $10, easily recoup some of my money. Let's say 5 because it is a little broken, although it is a collector's item, in quotes, collector's item. That's how you sell them on eBay. Always about the marketing. So $5 we'll add, we'll call it an even 50 now. And this looks like it's the same Landspeeder for $9.95 that I opened. So same. Now we're at $50. Now I only showed you a couple items. I didn't go crazy and stay at the flea market for a while because I had stuff to do last weekend, but I did go for an hour just to kind of grab some stuff because I knew I planned on making this video for you guys. So if I sold all those books on Amazon, I didn't scan them all because I didn't want to waste your time and it got a little bit long. Let's say, you know, $50 to $100. Let's say 50 minimum. That one sold for 10. I'm sure there was another one in there that would sell for 10. So let's say 50 on those books. Okay? I spent $5 on those $5 on those books. So 50 minus 5 is $45 profit so far. Now, I spent $10 on those 6 to 7 potential eBay items that I thought were collector's items.
5 hours later.
So, there's no excuse. I wanted to demonstrate this for you guys, you know, kind of show you exactly the process of it. Now, obviously, I didn't document it because I don't have a film crew that follows me like Gary Vee does, but you can do this too if you're willing to put the work in and you're willing to spend sweat equity. Now, if you guys are interested too, I also do have many videos on this channel where I'm talking about reselling arbitrage products. Now, reselling arbitrage, and I've talked about this in a video in the past, so I'm not gonna get too in depth with it. If you guys wanna do all this sourcing from your house, if you're too scared to go out, you know, to the bookstore, if you're too scared to go out to the Goodwills and the flea markets and stuff like that, and resell items in person and do the research, you can do it all online too. I've talked about this many times, but I'll drop a video that I did about a week ago on online arbitrage and a trash talk video I did before. Cards up in the right-hand corner if you want to check that out. But other than that, subscribe if you guys are new. And if you like the video and you like the value in today's video and you appreciate all the time and effort that I went into putting this video together, please give it a thumbs up. I genuinely appreciate it. And I put a lot of time and effort into actually, you know, creating this video, believe it or not. And I will see you guys in the next one.